And importantly, these players are Malaysian. They're going to show everybody when they come here that they want to fight and give every bit of blood, sweat and tears for this country. Thank you, Fatin. Firstly, thank you to all the media for attending. And I wanted to say a special welcome to all the coaches up there doing their pro license, led by TD Scott O'Donnell, with a massive impact of Dr. Craig from a high performance perspective, a world leader in high performance. Also, our goalkeeper coach, who I think is the best in Asia, John Crawley. We aim to connect into the coach education of Malaysian football and become a well-respected coach education system and a leading force in coach education for Malaysia and the best in Asia. So welcome to the coaches up there. And I guess today the focus is on the first phase of our training camp. The players up there have got the honour to come into camp and train hard with us. And I guess we're in a unique situation for various reasons, but the phase one is a start for our preparations for an important game against Vietnam. And phase two we'll announce on the 25th of May. And there'll be a few changes to the squad that you see up there. And then we've got a final phase in phase three, which will be early June. And again, that's the final selection for what's going to be our important game against Vietnam. So I guess why we have three phases, it's a little bit unique. And I guess that's in consideration of what situation we have as a national team. The Malaysian Super League finished in late April, a long season, 15 months or 16 month season. So the players are, that's the longest season in world football, really. So the players needed a little break. We've given them a little break. Phase one players have four weeks off. We've got an eye on the future. We've got 6 under 23 players named for building the under 23s program moving forward. And the players that come in on the 25th, phase two, will also have 4 weeks off season and ready to come into camp and get ready for Cape Verde game, only 4 days away from there. So that's a little bit of an overview of the phased approach. Phase three, we hope to bring in some Malaysian abroads. That can be determined in 2 weeks' time. And then we prepare for our important game against Vietnam. And finally, I want to welcome Coach Tan, our TD of the national team. His knowledge, experience and passion for Malaysian football is a really good acquisition for the national team. Not only will it help the players in all age groups from senior through to youth team, but it also help coaches coming through the pathway of Malaysian football as well. So Coach Tan, welcome to the national team unit as well. Thank you. Over to Coach Tan.
Thank you, Coach Peter. A very good morning to everyone and my fellow coaches, the pro license coaches, as well as the media. I'm very pleased to be here. Firstly, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to His Royal Highness Tunku Ismail, the Regent of Johor, menjunjung setinggi-tinggi kasih Tuanku, has appointed me as the Technical Director of National Team. I'm incredibly blessed and honored to be part of this team, and I really enjoy working with Coach Peter. Thank you.
Hi, Coach. I'm Zul from Astro right now. Coach, there is a few new players for this call-up, especially Hong Wan from JT. So can you explain on his selection, who he's not get any single minute for his season?
Yeah, so Hon has been training a few weeks before the end of the season with JDT, of course. Training well, looking sharp and feeling ready to go. I watched his training sessions. He looks hungry, he looks fit, and we bring him in for an opportunity. And it's his opportunity to produce the best football he can and take steps forward with the national team.
Which my second question, there is no Sri Pahang players for this call-up, even some of them played well in the final Asia Cup. Are they not meet your criteria, coach?
No, it's just it was a decision that they've done well, and I respect their efforts and their performances through the year. They've done well, and it's good to have competition for places. They've missed out this time, but they're certainly in contention for the future.
Hi Coach, I'm Nazrin from Beberapa. Coach, could you share the reason behind you bring in 38 players for this camp? Thank you.
Yeah, again, the phased approach is a unique one where phase one, you look at the players on the list, they've got 4 weeks off in terms of their off season and a long Malaysian Super League season. It's a unique situation for any national team to be in this moment. I don't think any other national team's in this situation at the moment. So the phased approach is unique to us, but something that's going to get the best out of us for the players to be at their best, because they've had such a long season. 16 months season is, I've never heard of that before. So phase one, they have 4 weeks off. They come into phase one ready to go with us. Phase two, again, a week later, players that come into the squad will also have that 4-week off season, which is important for their bodies. They come in ready to go. All players have had an off-season program, an out-of-camp program, led by Dr. Craig Duncan, and the beauty of it as well, every day in camp's going to mean something, because players are selected, and phase two players will miss out. Some players will get dropped, cut off the squad. Same with the final phase in phase three. Because I know everyone's in anticipation about Malaysians abroad. We're hoping to bring a few in. So those players will come in hungry to play for the country, and as well we'll go into early June preparations with a final squad. So players will know from phase one to phase two into the final phase, they need to perform to be selected for that final phase.
Coach, one more. Could you share the reason you choose Johor Bahru for the first training camp before change to Kuala Lumpur?
Again, best facilities in the country. A massive acknowledgement to His Royal Highness Crown Prince of Johor for his support, because the training field that he provides, all the facilities around JDT, it makes us feel like a high-level environment, which is what we want to create. So we're there for a short period of time, and then we come into KL, and we continue to develop our training camp in KL. Obviously, important games against Verde in KL, and then a massive game against Vietnam.
Good morning, Coach Avinash here from Star. Hope you're well. The first question would be, you've selected a number of young players, under 23 boys who have played in the MFL Cup. Maybe you could tell us the reason behind their selection, what you saw in them, and what can we expect out of them when they're part of the national team training camp?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for them. It also shows that we've got an eye on the future. So, of course, what's important, we plan for now, but it's really important that we've got an eye on the future to build Malaysian football. So these players come in, it's a reward for their performances. Coach Nafusi's got his eye on all of the youth category, and it's a way that we connect the national team DNA that we want into the under-23 players. They've got an important campaign coming up for the Asian Cup qualifiers, which are in September. So this camp, they get a bit of an experience of the football we want to play, the environment we want to create, the mentality we want to create. And then in July, the under-23s go to AFF in Indonesia, I think it is. It's a tournament there. So it's a little bit of a preparation for them for that, and to help that under-23 squad in the AFF. Shortly after that, they'll be in the Asian Cup qualifiers, which would be a great achievement if they can get qualification to the Asian Cup. And why that's important, if we forward think another 4 or 5 years' time, and let's dream that we're at a World Cup in 2030. These players in Nafusi's age group are at peak age for that. So it's an important age group for us to care about and develop.
Coach, my second question, this is going to be a tough question. We've seen names here like Junior Star Putra Nadi Amar Khan and then Nathaniel Shio Hongwan. Several players here who have not gotten much minutes in the league this season. Whereas there are other players who are slugging it out in the league, saying that, we have been playing well, we want to put ourselves out there in front of the national selectors, but we are not getting called up. So for them, the message is, they might have this message of why do we need to work hard when, we are not going to get called up. So as a coach, if players have this kind of mindset, how are you going to counter that? Because selections like Junior also is a bit surprising because he has not been playing much. So what message do you want to send to these players who have not been called up to the national team?
Yeah, it's fair enough. I respect that question, and I'd like to say that I got the same question in the first camp, and Mo came into camp and was outstanding for us in camp. He misses out this time. I'm watching everything. Junior is training hard every day. I see the training sessions at JDT and other clubs, and the level of intensity and hunger is what I look for. And a player shouldn't ever switch off that hunger because he's not selected. They're all in contention. Okay, so players miss out this camp. Players missed out last camp. They're available for future steps. I encourage them to stay positive, keep getting better, and they're available for next selection.
Last question. Khalil and Fergus are in the squad. They played in Thailand in the recently concluded Thai League season. Your thoughts on them? Fergus coming in, you did say in the past that he's being considered, but now he's in the squad. Your thoughts on these two players and what you think they would bring into the squad?
Yeah, they've got quality to bring into the squad. Their own profile of a player suits us. And again, it's just a reminder that you've mentioned players that missed out. Fergus was one that missed out last camp. You're mentioning some players this camp, they've missed out. Yeah, well, they're still in consideration for next camp. I can't select 100 players, but we've got 100 players on the list, and we want to develop all of them. Step by step, they'll see that connection. Fergus will come in hungry. All players will come in hungry, and we're looking forward to working with them.
Hi, Coach. Morning. Hope you're doing well. Coach, you say in phase 3, the abroad player will be coming to the finalists. Maybe the new heritage player will be on the list for the final spot before Vietnam game.
There's a really strong chance that will happen. The Malaysian abroad, it's been well documented that there's a few that might come in. We're not in a situation to confirm that today, but I can guarantee you that there's players with the right paperwork ready to come in. Timing will be important. And hopefully we've got some good news as a national team to share early June. And again, it brings in quality to the squad. It makes players fight for their position, whether you're in camp or out of camp. You know that there's going to be tough to get spots into the squads. And importantly, these players are Malaysian. They're going to show everybody when they come here that they want to fight and give every bit of blood, sweat and tears for this country. And they are Malaysian, but they're abroad.